In the first-century hills of Galilee, the village of Cana is consumed by a traditional wedding. Guests have traveled from across the region to celebrate, drink, and feast for days on end. But behind the scenes, the celebration is failing. The wine has run out. In this culture, running out of wine is a social catastrophe. It labels the family as negligent hosts in front of the entire community, a disgrace that could haunt their reputation for years. Sitting among the guests is Jesus, alongside his disciples. His mother Mary notices the brewing scandal. She doesn't panic. She looks to her son with the expectation that he can step into this human crisis and solve the unfixable. When Mary informs him of the shortage, Jesus gives a steady reply. "Woman, what does this have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." He is signaling that his actions are guided by a divine timeline, not the immediate pressure of the wedding feast. Despite his hesitation, Mary tells the servants to do whatever he asks. This domestic oversight provides the stage for a revelation, how a divine figure addresses ordinary human lack. 6 massive stone jars stand nearby. These are the vessels used for ritual purification, holding the water required for the ceremonial washing of hands and feet. Each one can hold roughly 100 liters. Jesus instructs the servants to fill the jars. Without hesitation, they haul heavy buckets from the local well, pouring plain well water until it reaches the very brim. When the liquid is drawn and tasted by the master of the feast, it has become the highest quality wine. He is so stunned that he pulls the groom aside, confused as to why the best vintage was saved for the end of the party rather than the beginning. By utilizing the purification jars for this act, Jesus transitions the focus from external cleansing to internal celebration. The water meant for washing is now the wine meant for the wedding feast. In a moment of imminent humiliation, Jesus provides a surplus that effectively erases the shortage and replaces it with joy. Soon after, Jesus travels south to Jerusalem for the Passover festival, entering a different environment. The temple complex is the central site of the Jewish faith, designed as a holy space where worshippers gather for prayer and sacrifice. But in the courtyards, Jesus finds a marketplace. Merchants are selling oxen, sheep, and pigeons at a premium to travelers, while money changers profit from the exchange of local currency required for religious taxes. Jesus responds with force. He fashions a whip from cords, drives the livestock out of the gates, and shatters the commercial order by overturning the tables of the money changers. He shouts, "Take these things away. Do not make my Father's house a house of trade." The quiet guest from Cana has become a figure of zeal. He shows he is as committed to expelling corruption as he is to filling empty jars. Religious leaders immediately challenge him. They demand a miraculous sign as proof that he has the authority to disrupt the temple's established economy. Jesus answers them, "Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up." The leaders mock the claim, noting the physical stone structure took 46 years to build. Their focus on the physical architecture prevents them from understanding the identity of the person standing before them, or the nature of his authority. Jesus was not referring to the limestone walls of the courtyard. He was prophesying his own death and his bodily resurrection. The disciples only realize the weight of this claim much later. After the resurrection, they look back at this moment with a new understanding of his words. These 2 events reveal a dual ministry, the provider who fills human lack, and the purifier who cleanses religious corruption. At Cana, he shows he is attentive to our specific daily needs, taking the empty jars of our inadequacies and filling them with something better. In the temple, he shows a resolve to clean. He enters the spiritual temples of our hearts to drive out the greed and impurity that hinder genuine worship. When Jesus is invited in, the dynamic changes. Lack is replaced by fullness, and internal corruption is cleared away to make room for hope.